Peace and blessings to you today. I welcome you to this prophetic space, a place where heaven speaks to your spirit and angels move to confirm what God has already started. If you're here watching this message right now, I want you to know it's not a coincidence. It's not an accident. It's not just another video in your feed. It's a divine appointment. There is something sacred about this moment, something real, something urgent, because this message isn't for everybody. It's for you, the one who has been wrestling in silence, praying without ceasing, wondering when your breakthrough will come. You may have felt delayed, but heaven says you have not been denied. Angels are being sent to confirm this truth. Breakthrough is already in motion. Before we go any further, I want to invite you to activate your faith right now. Declare your agreement in the comments by writing, "I receive my breakthrough." Let the angels see your agreement. Let heaven witness your belief. And while you're here, if you haven't already, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Prophetic Message. This channel was created to deliver timely, Holy Spirit-filled words that strengthen your walk and speak directly to your soul. Turn on the notification bell so you'll know exactly when your next word arrives. Now take a deep breath, because what you're about to hear will shift your atmosphere. Yes, I know you've been praying for answers. I know you've been fasting, believing, sowing, staying faithful, even when it didn't make sense. You've kept going when others gave up. You've remained faithful when your heart was breaking. You've stayed planted in the soil of obedience, even when nothing seemed to be growing. But now, the angels say your breakthrough has already begun. The shift started in the spirit, before you could see it in the natural. And now, it's just a matter of time before what you've carried in faith shows up in full form. Let me tell you what the Lord is revealing right now. You've crossed a prophetic threshold. The things that used to hold you back don't have authority anymore. The enemies that tried to delay you have run out of tactics. The silence that once made you doubt has been filled with angelic movement. And now, what God spoke over you is coming alive. There's movement in the heavens. There's divine stirring in the background. You're about to see sudden alignment in areas where you've only seen resistance. You're about to experience answers to prayers that have lingered for years. Why now? Because God says you've passed the test. You didn't bow to fear. You didn't settle in the dry place. You didn't abandon the promise when it took too long. And just like Joseph in the prison, just like David in the cave, just like Ruth in the field, you kept your posture. You stayed in faith. And now, your time has come. Isaiah 43:19 declares, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." The angels are echoing that word over you right now. A new thing is already springing forth. It's not coming next year. It's not coming in the distant future. It's happening now. Your breakthrough may not be loud at first, that it may start quietly. A phone call, a dream, not an idea. A reconnection. A door you thought was closed begins to creak open. But you'll know it's God, because peace will cover it. You won't have to force anything in this next season. You won't have to chase what belongs to you. You'll see how everything begins to line up in supernatural ways. Because when God moves, it's undeniable. When heaven shifts, it's unstoppable. You may feel like nothing is happening, but that's not the truth. The angels want you to know things are happening right now, even if you don't see them yet. Let me take you to Daniel 10:12-13, where the angel of the Lord said, "Do not be afraid, Daniel. Since the first day that you set your mind to gain understanding and to humble yourself before your God, your words were heard, and I have come in response to them. But the prince of the Persian kingdom resisted me 21 days. This passage reminds us that even when you pray and don't see the answer right away, it doesn't mean nothing is happening, God. In fact, sometimes the moment you pray, your answer is released. But there's warfare in the heavens, delays in the Asa. Spirit realm got opposition, trying to block what's yours. But here's the good news. That resistance cannot stop what God has decreed. That it may delay it, but it cannot destroy it. And the angels want you to know, reinforcement has been sent. God has dispatched new strength, a second wind, a fresh push. Your breakthrough is already in motion, and there's nothing hell can do to stop it now. There's another verse rising in my spirit right now. Galatians 6-9. Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Did you catch that? The proper time. And the Lord is saying, this is the proper time for you. You've labored. You've interceded. You've done the inner work. And now the harvest is being released. Not just one area of breakthrough, but multiple. In relationships. In finances. In healing. In clarity. In divine connections. And in your calling. There's an angelic dispatch of breakthrough over your name. And I sense right now that someone watching has been asking God in secret, when will it be my turn? The answer is now. You've watched others celebrate. You've clapped for others while quietly asking when it would happen for you. Heaven saw that. Heaven counted every time you celebrated others in silence, every seed of kindness, every time. You held your tongue when you wanted to speak in frustration. That was worship. And now the harvest of obedience is coming to meet you. You're not too late. You haven't missed it. Your name is still on the promise. The angels want to assure you of this. God didn't change his mind about you. He still intends to fulfill everything he spoke. Numbers 23:19 reminds us. God is not human, that he should lie, not a human being, that he should change his mind. Does he speak and then not act? Does he promise and not fulfill? No, beloved. He is faithful. And when God begins something, he finishes it. Your breakthrough is not just possible. It's inevitable, and it's already started. But here's what you must do now. Don't stop believing. Don't shrink your prayers. Don't rehearse the pain. Begin to praise in advance. Speak the promise louder than the problem. Praise before it. Peers. Because when you do, you align your heart with heaven. Matthew 6:10 says, your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Your praise pulls heaven down. Your faith draws the breakthrough in. You don't have to manipulate God's hand. You just have to believe what he already said. Because the breakthrough is already moving toward you. Now is the time to prepare for what you prayed for. Get ready in the natural. Clear the clutter in your mind. Shake off the doubt. Life over your day. Open your eyes to small signs. He's already begun. Can you sense it? He's already shifting. Can you feel it? Something's different. Because God is doing what only he can do, and your only job is to trust him. The Spirit of God is still speaking. And he's not speaking in riddles or whispers today. He is speaking clearly, straight into your soul. The breakthrough has already begun. Now, walk like it. You see, sometimes the delay between the start of a breakthrough and its visible arrival is not punishment. It's preparation. Just because you don't see the door open yet doesn't mean the key isn't already turning. Just because the phone hasn't rung yet doesn't mean the connection isn't already made. Just because the funds haven't arrived in your hand doesn't mean they aren't already in transit. This is the time for spiritual sight, because breakthrough doesn't always look like fireworks. Sometimes it looks like peace. Sometimes it looks like divine quietness while angels are rearranging what you couldn't fix. So don't be discouraged if it doesn't look like breakthrough right now. The angels say your breakthrough is in motion. It's shifting the terrain around you. It's carving out new space. Where the enemy tried to build barriers, it's creating divine appointments. You didn't ask for but desperately need. The Lord says, if you saw what I was arranging behind the scenes, you would stop worrying and start worshiping. Because your story is about to shift in a way that even your past pain will bow to your future joy. That sickness that's been lingering, healing is already on the way. That debt you thought would destroy your future, financial favor has already been signed with your name. That relationship you cried over, wondering if God saw your heart, restoration and clarity are already moving toward you. Let me give you this from the Word. Isaiah 55 minutes and 11 seconds says, so is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent it. That means whatever God has spoken over your life, whatever promise He gave you in the secret place, it cannot return void. It can't vanish. It can't dissolve in delay. It must accomplish what He sent it to do. And the angels assigned to you, they are the messengers carrying that promise into completion. They're not passive observers. They're active participants. Even right now, they are surrounding you, protecting you from spiritual sabotage, aligning your path with people who will bless you, and pushing back forces that were sent to stop you. That's why some things didn't work out recently. That's why certain people were removed. That's why the job didn't last. Not because you failed, but because heaven intervened. Because your breakthrough requires sacred ground, and God is cleansing the area around you so that nothing contaminates what He's bringing into your life. So here's your instruction in this moment. Don't misinterpret divine cleanup as personal failure. Don't let your impatience convince you that God has forgotten you. He has not. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. Right now, your path is being made straight. What once felt like a maze of confusion is turning into a straight line of favor, and you will walk on it, not in fear, but in faith. You will walk differently in this season. You will pray differently. You will speak differently. You will love yourself more deeply, because you will start to feel the shift. Even before it's fully visible, you'll start to notice your energy is coming back. Your ideas are flowing again. You're sleeping better. You're smiling more often. These are not just small coincidences. These are prophetic signals, evidence that the atmosphere around you is being cleared for the promise to manifest. And you'll know it's God, because you won't have to force anything. Opportunities will come find you. Solutions will show up with ease. What felt stuck will suddenly become unstuck. Because the blessing of the Lord is not heavy. It doesn't weigh you down, it lifts you up. Proverbs 10:22 says, the blessing of the Lord makes rich, and He adds no sorrow with it. So don't settle for anything that feels forced, anxious, or manipulative. Your breakthrough won't come through pressure. It will come through peace. And peace is the evidence that heaven is in it. Now, let me tell you this. You may start feeling uncomfortable in places that used to feel normal. Don't be alarmed. That discomfort is God stretching you into a new container. He's removing your tolerance for small thinking. He's disrupting your attachment to expired environments, because breakthrough always demands transition. You're going to start seeing things differently. You're going to notice who around you is truly walking with you in faith, and who's just standing close by out of familiarity. And you'll have to make decisions from the Spirit, not your emotions. Some relationships cannot walk into your breakthrough with you. They served their purpose in the wilderness, but they are not assigned to your promised land. And letting go won't be rejection. It will be obedience. Don't carry anyone into your next season that God hasn't cleared to go with you, because the weight of your calling requires the right support system. This is not a season to be surrounded by doubt. This is a season for bold Believing voices. People who will pray with you. People who will push you in love. People who will celebrate the favor you carry instead of secretly competing with it. You are entering a breakthrough season, and not everyone can handle what that means. Some people loved you while you were broken, but can they honor you when you're whole? Some people supported you in survival, but will they support you in success? These are the hard questions, but necessary ones. Because what God is doing in you isn't just personal. It's generational. He's breaking old cycles. He's healing family lines. He's birthing new legacies through you. This breakthrough will not stop at you. It will flow through you. Into your children, into your community, into the people connected to your obedience. That's why the enemy fought you so hard, because your breakthrough carries impact, but he lost. You're still standing. You're still believing. You're still declaring God's goodness. And now, the floodgates are opening. You may not see the full picture yet, but you'll begin to hear the sound of breakthrough in your spirit. Like the prophet Elijah said in 1 Kings 18:41, "There is the sound of a heavy rain." Even before the skies changed, he heard the evidence. And I'm telling you now, the sound of breakthrough is already in your atmosphere. So respond in faith. Worship like it's already here. Prepare like the door is already open. Pray like the contract is already signed. Praise like the healing is already manifesting. That's the kind of faith that moves God's heart. Hebrews 11:1 says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." Faith is your evidence. You don't need to see it to believe it. You believe it, and then you see it. And the angels are watching your response right now. Will you praise now, or will you wait until it's comfortable? Will you worship now, or wait until it's public? This is your moment of alignment. Heaven has already released the command. Your breakthrough is in motion. The rest depends on how you respond. So let me ask you now, will you declare it boldly? Will you type below, "My breakthrough is in motion. I believe, I receive, and I am ready." Let the enemy know you're not wavering anymore. Let your angels know you agree with the command. And let heaven see that your faith is still alive. You are standing at the edge of something sacred. And the Holy Spirit is whispering this to you now. Don't retreat. Don't second guess it. What you prayed for is already unfolding. Don't miss it because you didn't think it could happen this fast. The Lord is inviting you to stay spiritually awake. Because while your breakthrough is already in motion, the enemy would love nothing more than to get you distracted right now, doubting, comparing, questioning. But hear this in your spirit. You don't need to understand everything to trust what God is doing. This is not the time to overthink it. This is the time to stay in position emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. Because one of the biggest mistakes people make right before breakthrough is to let fear speak louder than faith. But that will not be your story. Your posture in this moment is what positions you to receive the fullness of what's coming. Don't shrink back. Don't let weariness speak over what God is confirming. Instead, ask Him for strength. Ask Him to help you perceive the signs, because your environment is shifting. And when a move of God happens, it leaves spiritual fingerprints everywhere. You may feel a divine restlessness, like something big is near, but you can't explain it. That's not anxiety. That's not nervous energy. That's the sound of angelic movement around your life. The same way a pregnant mother begins to feel labor pains before the baby is born. Your soul is sensing the tension of transition because something has been conceived in the spirit, and now it's time to birth it. The enemy has sensed this, too. That's why lately you've had to fight off random discouragement, emotional heaviness, or old habits that tried to return. It's not because you're weak. It's because you're close. So close. And the warfare increased because the enemy no longer has access to delay the outcome, but he wants to distract your expectation. He wants you to think your silence means abandonment. He wants you to interpret stillness as emptiness. But the Lord says in Habakkuk 2-3, "For the vision is yet for the appointed time. Though it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not delay." It will not delay. Let that settle in your spirit. You are not waiting in vain. You are not just hanging in the balance, hoping something changes. You are in divine timing. The breakthrough isn't just on its way. It's on schedule. God has written it into your life like a holy appointment, and it will not be missed. But here's the key. While you wait for what's unfolding in the natural, stay active in the spiritual, because your angels are already moving, and they need your agreement to keep the path clear. Every time you speak life, every time you praise instead of complain, every time you declare a promise instead of a fear you, give your angels strength to continue the work. Psalm 103-20 says, "Praise the Lord, you his angels, you mighty ones who do his bidding, who obey his word." When you speak his word, angels respond. So keep declaring breakthrough. Keep repeating God's promises. Speak verses like Jeremiah 29-11. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope." Deuteronomy 28-2. "All these blessings will come on you and accompany you if you obey the Lord your God." Psalm 126-5. "Those who sow in tears shall reap with shouts of joy." Because the angels are drawn to the word, they respond not to emotion, but to divine decree. And right now, as your breakthrough moves forward, you must speak what God has said louder than what your feelings suggest, because this is the birthing stage. And birthing doesn't always feel beautiful. Sometimes it's painful. Sometimes it's messy. But the beauty is not in how it looks. The beauty is in what it produces. And your pain is producing something greater than you know. That's why you feel pressure. That's why some days feel heavier than others. You're birthing the life you've prayed for. A healed life. A whole life. A financially secure life. A life where your family walks in peace. Where your home is blessed. Where your mind is stable. Where you finally breathe without fear. That's what's coming. That's why it's been so hard. Because what's coming through you is heavier than what was behind you. But the angels say, you're not alone. There are angels assigned to this. Delivery. Heaven has appointed helpers, divine and human, to support your transition. Even in the moments where it feels like no one sees your struggle, there are beings fighting on your behalf. Some of you have narrowly escaped emotional breakdowns without knowing why. Some of you were on the edge of giving up, but suddenly felt a whisper of hope. That wasn't random. That was divine protection. Your name is on the lips of angels, and they've been dispatched because God has said, this one must make it through. This one carries something too precious to lose. You are not just breaking through for yourself. You are breaking through for every generation after you. You are the first in your family to walk by radical faith. You are the first to break that addiction. The first to say, no more lack. No more cycles. No more generational bondage. That is not light work. That is kingdom work. Heaven is backing you with everything you need to finish strong. Your breakthrough is not just a moment. It's a movement, and it's already moving. But don't just wait for the physical manifestation. Start preparing now. Clear the clutter in your mind. Forgive who you need to forgive. Cut ties with the versions of yourself that were created in survival mode. You don't need them anymore. Your next level requires emotional freedom. Can't carry old wounds into new blessings. You can't pour new wine into old wineskins. The Lord is saying, make room. What I'm bringing cannot fit into your old structures. So start cleaning your space. Physically, mentally, spiritually. Start waking up each day and declaring, This is the day something shifts. This is the day another piece of the breakthrough comes closer. I don't care what I see, I know what I believe. You're going to start noticing unusual favor. Emails that should have been lost will find their way to you. Opportunities that were forgotten will suddenly be remembered. People who never took you seriously before will now seek you out. That's what favor does. It doesn't just open one door. It creates multiple exits from where you've been stuck. That's what's happening right now. Even if you don't feel it, keep walking. Keep sowing in faith. Keep serving with a full heart, because God hasn't forgotten you, and neither had the angels. This is your marked season. A prophetic month where things change suddenly. And when it happens, you'll say, "Now I see what God was doing all along." Let me speak this over you. You will not die in the hallway of your promise. You will not be overwhelmed by the last stretch. You will not lose your voice when it matters most. You are stepping into fullness. You are being elevated to new levels of clarity and courage. You are surrounded by favor and divine protection. The angels say, keep moving forward. Now is not the time to retreat. This is your moment. This is your prophetic confirmation. God is not trying to convince you. He is revealing to you that the answer is already on its way. Say it out loud right now. I believe. I receive. My breakthrough is already happening. I am walking into it boldly. Go ahead and comment that below. Let the heavens and the enemy both hear your faith. You felt it building in your spirit. You've sensed that something is different about this time. Yes, you've waited before. Yes, you've hoped before. But this time, there is an unexplainable peace, quiet, steady, persistent. It's not the kind of peace that comes from understanding everything. It's the peace that Philippians 4:7 speaks about. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. You don't know how, you don't know when, but deep down you know. This is real. The angels want you to stop looking for another sign that God is moving, because the sign is you. You are the sign. Your renewed strength, your decision to believe again, your willingness to wake up and pray even after long nights. That's the evidence. You didn't quit when quitting would have been easier. You didn't shut your heart down, even after betrayal. You didn't stop giving, even when it seemed like you had nothing left. That's what breakthrough looks like in its early stages. It's not about an instant result. It's about supernatural endurance. It's about continuing when it would have made sense to give up. And because of your faithfulness in the unseen, the angels are clearing a path for what's already been sent. Now that your breakthrough is in motion, you must understand how to sustain it. Because breakthrough is not just a moment, it is a shift. And what you do after it begins determines how fully it will manifest in your life. So the first instruction is this: guard your thoughts. There will be voices trying to convince you that this breakthrough isn't real, that it's too good to be true, that it's only temporary, that God must have made a mistake to bless someone like you. But hear this clearly. God makes no mistakes, and you are not the exception to his goodness. You are the target of it. You've been handpicked to walk in favor, not by your own merit, but by his love. Don't let your thoughts sabotage your season. 2 Corinthians 10:5 reminds us. We demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. When the enemy whispers, "This won't last," respond with, "God's blessings are eternal." When fear says, "Don't get your hopes up," answer back, "My hope is in the Lord." Talk back to every thought that contradicts what God has spoken. The second thing you must do to sustain your breakthrough: guard your circle. Not everyone is meant to walk with you in this new season. Some people only knew you in your wilderness. They can't handle your promised land. You don't need to announce every new blessing to everyone. You know, some breakthroughs are better protected in silence. Let fruit speak. Let the results testify. Because as your life begins to blossom, jealousy may rise around you. Not because you've done anything wrong, but because people are more comfortable with your struggle than your success. And that's okay. You're not called to carry everyone with you. You're called to carry obedience. So, move with discernment. Ask the Holy Spirit before you share. Ask Him who to trust. Ask Him when to be still and when to speak. Because in this next season, every connection must be Spirit-led. Even your friendships will be refined. God is surrounding you with people who see your value, people who speak life, people who push you in prayer and hold you accountable in love, people who aren't intimidated by your breakthrough but inspired by it. Ask God for that kind of tribe. He will send them. The third thing, pay attention to your dreams. In this stage of breakthrough, God often speaks in visions and night dreams. He's been downloading answers while you sleep. Some of you have been dreaming of people from your past, not because you're meant to reconnect, but because God is closing the chapter once and for all. Others are dreaming of unfamiliar places or open doors. That's prophetic. It's a glimpse into your next level. Write these dreams down. Ask for interpretation. Not every dream is from God, but the ones that carry peace and clarity, that nudge your spirit even after you've woken, those are often angelic messages. Remember what Job 33:14-16 says. For God does speak, now one way, now another, though no one perceives it. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls on people as they slumber in their beds, He may speak in their ears and terrify them with warnings to turn them from wrongdoing. Breakthrough dreams are real, and the angels are delivering insight in this hour, especially to those who have been faithful in the secret place. Ask God to open your spiritual eyes. Ask Him to confirm in dreams what your heart has been feeling in prayer. The next way to protect your breakthrough: stay consistent in prayer. Don't stop praying just because things feel better. Don't let comfort make you casual. Now is the time to be more intentional. Now is the time to rise early and seek His face, because your next level will require next level discipline. Prayer is not just your connection to God. It's your lifeline. It's the shield that protects your momentum. It's how you stay aligned when distractions increase. And trust me, distractions will come. The enemy doesn't mind that you got your breakthrough. He cares whether or not you keep it. So stay on the altar. Stay close to the Spirit. Be rooted in the Word. Here's a reminder from Matthew 6:33. But seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. You don't need to chase favor. Favor will chase you when you stay planted in God's presence. The Lord is also saying this. In this next phase, you must be bold. Don't apologize for the doors God opens. Don't shrink to make others comfortable. Don't pretend you're not blessed just to blend in. You've been silent long enough. You've carried dreams without support. You've endured battles in private. Now is the time to stand tall, because when God starts elevating you, it's not for pride, it's for purpose. You are not just receiving breakthrough, you're becoming a testimony. People will look at your life and see what grace looks like, what redemption looks like, what obedience looks like. You will walk into places where no one expected your name to be known, and you'll be honored. Because when God promotes, no one can demote. When God approves, no one can disqualify. Isaiah 60:22 says, when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. And beloved, the time is right. It's happening. So stay alert. Write down every answered prayer, every little victory, every open door. Keep a journal of evidence, because the enemy may try to make you forget how far you've come, but your testimony is proof that God is who he says he is. And here's the final instruction for now. Stay grateful. Gratitude multiplies blessing. The more you thank him, the more you see his hand. Don't wait for the full picture. Thank him for every piece, every sign. Every provision. Every yes and every no. Because even the delays had divine purpose. Even the closed doors were protection. You may not understand it all yet, but one day you will look back and say, now I understand. Now I see what God was preparing all along. And you'll be able to tell someone else, I know what it feels like to wait. But if you just stay faithful, God will show up. You're going to help others get through what almost destroyed you. That's why you had to go through it. That's why you had to survive it. Because your breakthrough is not just about your blessing, it's about someone else's blueprint. Beloved, take a deep breath right now. Let the weight of this moment settle in. Because what God is doing in your life is more than just an answer to prayer. It's the evidence of divine timing, heavenly alignment, and the fulfillment of every hidden cry you've poured out when no one else was watching. This is not hype. This is holy. This is not a wish. This is a word. The angels of the Lord have been activated because God has declared it's time. Time for the promises to be revealed. Time for the tears to become testimonies. Not time for the wilderness to turn into a place of witness. You are not forgotten. You are foreknown. Before the foundations of the world, the Lord saw this very moment. Saw this version of you tired, but determined, shaken, but still standing, unsure, but still seeking. And he said, this one will carry my glory. So don't minimize what you carry. Don't explain away your favor. Don't hide your light to keep others comfortable. The Spirit of God says, shine anyway. Shine even if they misunderstand it. Shine even if they walk away. Shine because you've earned this moment not with your strength, but with your surrender. You were willing to go low so he could lift you high. You were willing to be overlooked so he could place you exactly where his favor is waiting. You passed the test. Yes. You still feel broken in some areas. Yes. You still wrestle with doubts on some days, but you passed the test. Because when others walked away, you stayed. When your flesh wanted to quit, your spirit stood up. When all you had left was a whisper of faith, you whispered anyway. Heaven heard it. And now, heaven is responding. This breakthrough will touch every area of your life. Your mind will be healed. Your finances will increase. Your body will align with divine health. Your relationships will be restored. Your dreams will be revived. God is not just fixing what was broken. He is making all things new. Isaiah 43:19 says, behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. That's your confirmation. New doors. New connections. New provision. New strength. And it won't come by manipulation, fear, or striving. It will come because you've surrendered, because you've been faithful with little. He is now trusting you with much. And he's not just giving you breakthrough, he's giving you blueprints. Strategies. Ideas. Solutions to problems others couldn't fix. You will walk into rooms with divine clarity. You will be led by the Holy Spirit and make decisions that bless not only you, but everyone connected to you. Because your breakthrough is not selfish. It's kingdom. You will be blessed to bless, healed to help heal others, freed so you can help unlock others still in chains. This is not just about your house. It's about your calling, the favor that's about to follow. You is not normal. It will not make sense to those who judged you by your past, but it will be a sign that God still lifts the lowly, that God still exalts the humble, that God still uses the broken, the overlooked, the counted out. Psalm 75:6-7 says, No one from the east or the west or from the desert can exalt themselves. It is God who judges. He brings one down, he exalts another. And beloved, this is your time of lifting. The angels say, it's already begun. The first layer has already peeled back. A shifting has already taken place. Now, it's time to walk in it, not just pray about it, not just hope for it, but walk like you're already blessed. Talk like the contract has already been signed. Live like the healing has already manifested. That's what faith looks like. Hebrews 11:1 reminds us. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Don't wait until you see it to celebrate it. Praise now, shout now, testify now, because when you praise on credit, you show heaven that you trust what's already been declared. And the angels? They move where there's expectation. They show up where there's worship. They hover where there's belief. So let your life become an atmosphere of expectancy. Let your home carry the fragrance of faith. Wake up declaring, this is a breakthrough day. I don't know how, but I know God. Speak it in the mirror. I'm walking into everything God said I could have. I'm worthy of it. I'm ready for it. Declare it over your children. You will walk in blessings I prayed for. You will not repeat what I had to survive. Speak it over your bank account. Lack is not my portion. Debt is not my future. I live under divine provision. Speak it over your body. Sickness cannot stay here. My body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, and by his stripes I am healed. Speak it over your relationships. I will be surrounded by people who love with honesty, who speak life, who celebrate purpose. This is your season to speak differently, think differently, walk differently. Your posture matters, because what you carry now is different. You're no longer the same version of yourself. Even your spiritual DNA has shifted. There is wisdom on you. Discernment in you. Power working through you. Ephesians 3:20 is alive in you. Now to him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly, above all that we ask or think, according to the power that works in us. Not above some. Not above a little, but above all. Above what you asked. Above what you imagined. So get ready to be surprised by God. He is not a God of limitation. He is not a God of barely enough. He is the God of overflow. You didn't go through all of that to end up empty-handed. You didn't sow in tears just to survive. You're about to thrive. Joel 2:25-26 says, I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten. You shall eat in plenty and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord your God. Your lost time being restored. Your broken joy being rebuilt. Your missed opportunities being aligned. And you will not feel guilty for receiving it. You will walk in it with peace, because it came by obedience, not striving. This is heaven's gift to the one who did not give up. To the one who didn't stop praising. To the one who kept showing up when everything said, quit. That's you. That's who you are. Can the angels? They are rejoicing now, because they see what's next. They've already gone ahead of you. They've scouted the land. They've confirmed that what God promised is waiting. And now all that's left is your agreement. So say this with me now, wherever you are. My breakthrough is in motion. My faith is strong. My future is blessed. My path is clear. And I will walk boldly into what God has for me. Say it again if you need to. Write it in the comments. Speak it until it becomes natural. Let every room you walk into echo with your faith, because this is your moment, and there is no going back. No more delays. No more doubts. No more distractions. God has spoken. The angels are moving, and your breakthrough is not just coming, it's already begun. Now, take a deep breath and let peace wash over you. You are aligned. You are chosen. You are covered. and you are ready. There is something powerful happening in the spirit realm that you must not miss. Your breakthrough is not just a moment of answered prayer. It's the beginning of a new era in your life. It's a prophetic turning of the page one that generations before you dreamed of, but you are living in. And the angels want you to understand what's been set in motion cannot be reversed by fear, delayed by doubt, or canceled by man. Because this breakthrough wasn't man-made, it's God-ordained. There's a heavenly seal on your name, a divine stamp confirming this one is chosen, this one is covered, this one is ready. And even if you don't feel ready, know this: God doesn't look for the ready. He looks for the willing. He's not asking for perfection. He's asking for partnership. Your yes carries power. Agreement with what heaven has declared gives the angels permission to bring forth everything that's been written about you. And yes, there are things written about you. Psalm Peak P says, "Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." Before you were born, God had already authored this breakthrough. It may feel sudden to you, but it's always been part of the plan. The delay was not denial, it was development. God wasn't punishing you. He was preparing you. And what you thought were setbacks were really set-ups all along. He was building your strength, molding your character, deepening your roots, because shallow roots can't hold heavy fruit. And what's about to blossom in your life? It's going to be heavy, abundant, overflowing, you single quotes re-stepping into blessings you didn't have to manipulate to get, doors you didn't have to beg to open, relationships you didn't have to chase to keep, because this time it's God who is doing it. Isaiah 22:22 speaks of this moment. "I will place on his shoulder the key to the house of David. What he opens, no one can shut, and what he shuts, no one can open." God is giving you divine keys, and you won't have to force anything. You won't have to fight for validation. Your fruit will speak for you. The peace you carry will announce you. The glow in your eyes will testify of healing that only God could bring. This breakthrough will be seen and felt by others, because it's not just internal. It's going to manifest externally. But here's what the angels are instructing you to do. Stay humble, because favor can be dangerous. When pride gets involved, the moment you start thinking you earned it, you lose the ability to steward it. So wear your blessings like a garment, not a crown. Let others see it, but don't let it define you. Let it point back to God. Say with confidence, "Look what the Lord has done," not just for clout, but for glory. Because the more glory you give to God, the more territory He will give to you. And beloved, this next part of your journey is about impact. God isn't just elevating you for comfort. He's positioning you for legacy. You are not just breaking through for yourself. You are blazing a trail for those behind you. Children you haven't met yet. People you haven't spoken to yet. Souls you haven't prayed for yet. They are going to benefit from the decisions you remaking today. Your obedience is echoing into places your feet haven't even touched. This is a legacy breakthrough. And legacy shifts don't just bless individuals, they transform bloodlines. Deuteronomy 30:9 says, "The Lord your God will make you abundantly prosperous in all the work of your hand, if you obey the voice of the Lord your God." Abundant prosperity is not just financial. It's spiritual, emotional, and generational. What once ran in your family: fear, addiction, lack, depression stops with you. You are the interruption. You are the new example. You are the one who decided, no more cycles. My family will be known for healing, not hurt. And heaven is backing you because you dared to believe that this is what the angels have been waiting for. You may not have seen them, but they were there in your darkest moments. They watched as you chose forgiveness when vengeance was easier. They stood guard while you worshiped through tears. They lifted your head when you wanted to bury it under shame. And now they rejoice because the clouds are parting. The sun is rising. Your harvest is arriving, and it's time to collect what belongs to you. But hear this. Your breakthrough will also attract divine appointments. People will begin showing up in your life unexpectedly, but they are not accidents. They are assignments. Some will come needing what you carry: peace, encouragement, wisdom, a testimony of survival. Others will come bearing gifts, resources, connections, opportunities. And you must pray for discernment in this season. Ask God, who sent this person? Is this relationship from you, or is it a distraction? Because for every divine connection, the enemy will try to send counterfeit. But your discernment is sharp. Your spirit is sensitive, and you will know them by their fruit. Not by their words, not by their promises. By their fruit. Do they bring peace? Do they bring clarity? Do they point you toward purpose? Or do they stir confusion, doubt, and distraction? Trust what you feel. That discomfort you sense around certain people, that's not pettiness, it's protection. God is preserving you for something sacred. And not everyone has the maturity to walk with you into the next room. So love them. But leave them in the hallway if you must, because where you're going, only faith, favor, and fire can follow. This next level will be marked by supernatural clarity. You won't have to guess. You won't have to chase confirmation. The Holy Spirit will confirm with signs, wonders, and quiet whispers that leave no doubt. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." That's a promise you can build on. You don't need to have all the answers to take the next step. You just need faith, and you have it. You wouldn't be here if you didn't. Wouldn't have listened this far unless your spirit was already aligned. The angels are clapping for you in the spirit right now, because they see the new thing forming in your life. They see the fullness coming to pass. So now, as we close this powerful prophetic message, I want to leave you with declarations, because breakthrough is not something we just receive passively. It's something we speak into being. So wherever you are right now, lift your voice and declare these with me. I am chosen by God. I am covered by angels. My breakthrough is in motion, and nothing can stop it. Every door I need is opening. Every lie I believed is falling. Every generational curse is broken. I walk in favor. I carry wisdom. I am ready for what heaven is releasing. Declare that again and again. Let your soul catch up to what your spirit already knows. And now, breathe. Let the peace of God wash over you. You are exactly where you need to be. Your faith has brought you here. Your faith will carry you forward. You've waited long enough. You've endured enough. You've grown in silence. Now God is saying, I'm bringing you into the land I promised. But let me tell you what this really means. It means your wilderness is not just over. It has served its purpose. The testing season prepared your hands to receive. The wandering season taught your feet how to follow him even when the path didn't make sense. The breaking season revealed the true treasure, him. And now, as your breakthrough is being delivered, you are stepping into something that isn't just a blessing. It's a build. Yes, God is not just blessing you with breakthrough. He's giving you blueprints for something lasting. Something that can be passed on. Something that will outlive you. He's not just making a moment. He's creating a movement, and you are part of it. But before you begin to walk in it fully, the angels want you to hear this. Don't treat this new season like the old one. You're not surviving anymore. You're establishing. You're not scraping by. You're planting roots. This breakthrough is meant to stabilize your life and deepen your walk with God. So yes, things will feel different. You may feel awkward at first, because you're not used to living in this much peace. You've been conditioned by struggle, so rest feels unfamiliar. But hear me, this peace is from God. Isaiah 32:18 says, "My people will live in peaceful dwelling places, in secure homes, in undisturbed places of rest." You don't have to apologize for the rest He's giving you. You don't need to feel guilty that things are finally starting to flow. That's not pride, it's promise. This is what He's been preparing you for. And now, as things fall into place, your only job is to stay in alignment. Stay close to the Lord in prayer. Don't let blessings pull you away from the one who gave them. You'll be tempted to relax your spiritual disciplines now that things look better. But that's exactly when you need to go deeper. Because what you build with God in your breakthrough season will determine the longevity of it. Luke 6:47-48 gives a clear picture. Everyone who comes to me and hears my words and puts them into practice is like a man building a house who dug down deep and laid the foundation on rock. When a flood came, the torrent struck that house but could not shake it because it was well built. You're not building on emotions anymore. You're building on revelation. That's why God allowed you to be tested. So your praise wouldn't just come from feelings, but from faith. And now that your faith is strong, God is placing real spiritual authority on your life. You're not just an observer of miracles. You're a carrier of them. You're not just a receiver of breakthroughs. You're now a steward, which means your words carry weight, that your decisions carry power. What you declare from this moment forward will begin to manifest more quickly because your spirit is in sync with God's purpose. You are spiritually matured, and this authority must be used with humility. You can speak life, and life will grow. You can speak peace, and peace will rest in your atmosphere. You can rebuke chaos, and it will flee. Because breakthrough births authority. And the angels are telling you today, use it. Speak the word. Declare what is written. Prophesy over your life. Don't wait for someone else to confirm what God already told you in secret. Is the season where your own mouth becomes your miracle. Job 22:28 says, "You will also decree a thing, and it will be established for you, and light will shine on your ways." So speak boldly, but also live wisely. Your breakthrough doesn't mean the enemy has given up. If anything, it means the battle has shifted. You're now fighting from a higher place, not to get the promise, but to protect it. You will need discernment, not fear. You will need wisdom, not anxiety. You will need consistent intimacy with God, not just occasional contact. Because now, the enemy will try to distract you from purpose. If he can't stop your breakthrough, he'll try to make you waste it. He'll offer you busy schedules with no fruit. He'll tempt you to chase applause instead of alignment. He'll whisper lies in moments of tiredness like, "This won't last." But you're not falling for it. Not this time. You've come too far. You've grown too much. You've endured too long to let anything steal what's already been delivered. The angels are surrounding you, now reinforcing you, encamping around your home, your family, your ideas. And every strategy formed against your breakthrough, it's already been dismantled. Isaiah 54:17 declares, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue which rises against you in judgment you shall condemn." This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord. That's your heritage. Breakthrough is your inheritance. Peace is your portion. Joy is your foundation. And now it's time to embrace maintenance miracles. That means walking with God daily, too. Protect what He's given you. Wake up and ask Him, "Lord, how should I manage what you've placed in my hands today?" He will respond, because God is not interested in you getting a miracle only to lose it. He wants you to grow into it. He wants you to learn how to multiply it, manage it, and eventually mentor others into it. Yes, you're going to be a mentor. You may not feel ready, But people will start coming to you for wisdom. And your job isn't to point them to yourself, but to point them to Jesus. Because your story is not just a success story, it's a glory story. When people ask, how did you survive that? You'll say, it was the hand of God. When they ask, how did you get that breakthrough? You'll say, I trusted when I couldn't see. I prayed when I couldn't speak. And I believed when nothing made sense. That's your legacy. That's your oil. And it came at a cost. That's why you can't downplay it. It cost you sleepless nights. It cost you friends who didn't understand. It cost you moments when you felt forgotten. But heaven never forgot. Angels remembered every tear. They documented every seed sown in secret. And now every harvest you're walking into is evidence that God never ignores faithfulness. Hebrews 6:10 says, God is not unjust. He will not forget your work and the love you have shown him as you have helped his people and continue to help them. He sees you, he honors you, and he will reward you, not because of your works, but because of your heart. Your surrendered, stretched, scarred, still beating heart. It's beautiful to him. Even when others misunderstood it, even when others labeled you as too much or too sensitive, God said, that heart, yes, that one is a heart I can build with. And he's doing just that. Brick by brick, promise by promise, breakthrough by breakthrough. You're being built into someone who cannot be shaken, someone who carries weight. In the Spirit, someone who is trusted with influence because they remained humble. In obscurity, you are the real thing, and you don't need to prove it. Your fruit will do the talking. So, beloved, rest now. Not in laziness, but in assurance. Rest in the knowing that breakthrough is not something you're chasing. It's something you're living. You are already in motion. You are already moving forward, even on the days when it feels slow. No, that spiritually, nothing is standing still. Heaven is accelerating what concerns you. And soon, what you prayed for will become so normal in your life, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. Because when God blesses, he does not add sorrow. Proverbs 10:22 says, the blessing of the Lord makes rich, and he adds no sorrow with it. So here is your reminder. You don't need to second guess it. You don't need to over-explain it. You don't need to apologize for it. You don't need to wait until next month to believe it. Your breakthrough is here, and you are ready. Now speak this with boldness. I will no longer live like I'm waiting for something I already carry. I am walking in promise. I am carrying power. I am sustained by grace, and I am living in divine alignment. You are walking in something rare. You are standing in the middle of something holy. And it's not just the start of a good season. It's the unveiling of divine intention. The reason you've survived every attack, the reason you didn't lose your mind in the waiting, the reason you still feel God's presence even after everything you've been through, is because your life was never random. You have always been divinely scheduled. You are not late. You are not lost. You are not behind. You are right on time. This is why the enemy fought you so hard. He saw what was coming before you did. He saw your influence. He saw your surrender. He saw the purity of your heart and the power of your yes. And he panicked, because a believer with unwavering faith, even when the winds are strong, is unstoppable. The angels are rejoicing, beloved, because you are no longer just believing for breakthrough. You are becoming a breakthrough. Yes, your life is now a portal of hope for others. Your testimony is about to go further than your trauma ever did. God is not just healing you for you. He's making you a healer. He's not just restoring your resources. He's raising you into someone who builds for the kingdom. What once looked like loss was actually divine redirection. What felt like abandonment was really God clearing your surroundings, so the real people could come in. What broke your heart made room for the kind of joy that cannot be shaken. Psalm 126:5-6 says, "Those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy. Those who go out weeping, carrying seed to sow, will return with songs of joy, carrying sheaves with them." That's what's happening to you now. You're returning, not empty-handed, but with overflow. And what's even more beautiful is this. Your name is being whispered in rooms you haven't entered. Your face is being shown in dreams of people assigned to bless you. Your spirit is being prepared to walk into places no one expected you to reach. God is doing the impossible, and you are the proof. You've reached the moment where your past no longer defines you, where the pain no longer dictates your pace, where the memory of what you've lost no longer blocks what God is placing into your hands. You are walking lighter. Your spirit is being freed, and your heart is waking up to joy again. Not a joy that depends on circumstances, but a joy that flows from revelation. The revelation that you are loved beyond comprehension, that you are guided by angels on assignment, that you are a living prophecy, walking it out every single day. So what now? You keep going, but not like before. You no longer walk in fear or survival mode. You walk with confidence. Confidence that comes from knowing your steps are ordered. Confidence that comes from knowing you're not walking alone. Psalm 91:11 says, "For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." You're not alone. There are angels dispatched to every room you enter. You don't have to see them to know they are real. They're fighting behind the scenes. They're silencing false accusations. They're protecting your name in places where people tried to ruin it. They're blocking what isn't from God, and they're ushering in the divine appointments, the right opportunities, and the ones who are called to love you well. And because your breakthrough is in motion, you must now develop a breakthrough mindset, not just on Sundays, not just when the word feels strong, but daily. Even when the old voices come knocking, voices of insecurity, comparison, shame, or doubt, you look them in the eye and say, "I am not that version of me anymore," because you're not. You're stronger. You're clearer. You're wiser. The things that used to trigger can't hold you anymore. The habits that once tripped you have lost their grip. The old cycles have no place in this new season. And yes, people from your past may try to reconnect. But ask yourself, do they align with where you're going? Or are they a reflection of what you've outgrown? Because the blessing is here, and you can't afford to water down your destiny to accommodate people who weren't willing to grow with you. You love them. You bless them. But you move forward. Because forward is where God is calling you. Isaiah 43:8-19 speaks again. "Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Do you perceive it now? Can you feel it in your bones? Can you sense it in the way doors have started creaking open? In the way your soul feels calm even in the unknown? That's confirmation. Your breakthrough isn't coming. It's here. It's rising with you every morning. It's walking beside you every step. It's speaking through you in every conversation filled with wisdom you didn't even know you had. This is the fruit of your faith, and it is beautiful. But even now, the angels say, don't forget to rejoice. Not because everything is perfect, but because everything is possible. With God, all things are possible. So now we come full circle. You started this journey wondering if your breakthrough would ever arrive. Now you know it's already begun. It's been unfolding in layers, revealing more of your purpose, uncovering deeper strength, restoring joy that once seemed lost forever. So how do we honor what God has done? We worship, not because we got what we wanted, but because we are seeing more of who He is. The breakthrough is beautiful, yes, but the presence of God in the breakthrough is the real gift. It's always been him, the one who stayed when everyone else walked out, the one who whispered identity when shame tried to define you, the one who held you when no one else could carry your pain. He is your portion. He is your prize, and he is proud of you. Heaven is rejoicing because you believed. You prayed. You waited. And now you walk forward. So wherever you are right, now say this out loud. I am living in the promise. I am walking in the breakthrough. I am growing in wisdom. I am rooted in peace. I am guided by angels. I am connected to heaven. I am God's beloved. Let those words become your new identity. Speak them often. Write them on your mirror. Pray them into your mornings. And live them as your truth. Your breakthrough has become your foundation. And your future? Oh, it's overflowing. Before you leave this sacred moment, I want to ask you for 3 things. First, write this in the comments to seal your faith. Blessed and ready. My breakthrough is here. Second, like this video so it can reach others who need to know that God is still moving. And third, share this video with someone you love, someone who has been struggling to believe that their story can still turn around. Be the confirmation they've been praying for. And if you haven't yet, I encourage you to subscribe to Prophetic Message and click the notification bell so you don't miss the next word from heaven. God is not finished with you. There is more healing, more joy, more purpose, and more glory ahead. Your breakthrough is already in motion. Now live like it, with open hands, with steady steps, with bold love, and with an anchored heart. Thank you for spending this time with us. Come back again for more prophetic words, and remember, you are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are fully, completely, and eternally loved. I'm ready to begin your next video script whenever you are. Just share the title or the message God's placed on your heart.